If you want your team to change, if you want your employees to change their behavior, you need clarity. Clarity in your talking and in your doing. Just to have a clear vision and to communicate it, like I talked about in this video, that's mostly not enough. You also need to help your team to find out how they can be part of the change, how they can get involved in the change. Not just from the big picture view, but in their day-to-day work. Is it crystal clear what their roles are? What exactly is their part in the change process? Now you may say, yes, of course, that's obvious. Be careful. It might be obvious to you, but that doesn't mean it's obvious to them. Don't just tell them what to do, but let them describe what they think needs to be done, what they think they can and need to do to get the change process working. And then ask them if and what kind of help they need from you. It can happen that one of your team members is not doing what he or she is supposed to do. Maybe it even looks like that she refuses to do the work. Now be careful and try really to understand. Is it really that she doesn't want to do the work because she doesn't believe in the change? Or is it that she doesn't know how? I'll give you an example. Let's assume your best sales guy is an elder salesperson in your team. Let's say my age. He's very experienced in sales. He has been working for the company for the last 20 years and he outperforms all the other younger team members by far. His communicating and sales skills, the way how he handles clients, well, that's just excellent.
Awesome!
Now, you as the boss introduced a new computer system. You want that everyone in your team needs to work with it. That's a great change to the way how the team worked before. But all the team members get to use the new software quickly. Only your best sales guy refuses to do that. He's afraid to work with it, but that isn't obvious because he's not talking about it. He's inexperienced with working with computer software in general. Yes, he uses his smartphone daily, but it took him some time until he understood really how to use it in his day-to-day work. Working with emails is okay, but the new project management software, that's not his thing. There are such a lot of bells and whistles, he just doesn't get his head around. Problem is, in his team, he's seen as the sales expert. This is important for him, for his ego. He loves it when team members come to him when they need help or when they need any sales advice. But if it comes to software,
help?
of course, he's not happy with changing to a new software. He doesn't admit that, but he's afraid of looking foolish, of not being the expert in the team any longer, but the rookie who only very slowly adapts to the new system. Maybe he fears that the others will make fun of him. So he refuses to work with the software. He finds a lot of reasons why the new software system is not needed. He argues that the old way to work with the projects and with his clients was much better and it was much more efficient. He finds and talks a lot about how the old way to do things was much more useful and profitable and efficient. But the reason behind all this talking, he's afraid to change because he's afraid to lose his expert status. In a situation like that, you need to know why someone is not following, why someone refuses to change. In this example, as a leader, you should help him. You should help him to overcome his fear of working with a new computer software. This can be done by helping him to get trained with the new software, but preferably not trained by one of the team members. If possible, it's much better to have someone from outside training him on the software, or you send him to a special training outside the company. What you can learn from this example is how important clarity is. You need to understand deeply why some team members do not follow or do not want to follow. Please don't rush into assumptions. Assumptions like, he just doesn't understand how important the change is. Then you might talk more about why it's important to change. That's not the problem. He might well understand the importance, but he doesn't know how. He doesn't know how to follow without losing his face. What you need is clarity about why people resist, and then you can help them. They might not always tell you the real reason why they resist, but then you need to dig deeper. A change process is usually a lengthy period. During the entire process, it's important to stay in touch with the team and to communicate continuously and regularly. Why is that so important? Well, for one thing, your employees feel involved and they feel as a part of the process. On the other hand, it signals to them that the change process still has top priority and it's not fizzling out. This is also clarity. Clarity about priorities. The change is still important. That's why the leader spends time to communicate about it again and again. Provide information on the change process on all possible occasions, goals, procedures, advantages, the current status. Use meetings, the internet, the emails, company magazines, and so on. Frequently report on successes, but also on setbacks and problems. This increases the credibility and it becomes clear to the employees that the project is still important to the boss and to the management board. But there are 3 reasons why people don't change. One is lack of motivation. That's what I talked about in the previous video. In this video, we talked about how to avoid lack of clarity. But there's one more reason why people may not follow you and why they may not change, and that's lack of trust. Therefore, check out the next video in this series about change. If the video is not available yet, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching and see you soon.